This video is sponsored by Wing Technology, your ultimate flight sim hardware solution.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're going to be watching the latest Grim Reapers match in Satal. Satal is the biggest DCS air-to-air competition, as I'm sure you know. There are two leagues, Gold League and Diamond League, and we're in the Gold League. First of all, let's look at the standing as we are. This is pre-match. The match was actually on the 12th of December. You'll be obviously watching this video later on. So, where are we? We are in 6th place out of 17, which is lower than I thought. Is there any reason for that? Is MP the amount of played matches?
That's correct, Cap.
Right, so take that with a pinch of salt because we've only played 5. For instance, German and Tor have played 7, so, you know. And there's all those other ratios there, and that's where we are. So we'll see where we are after 6 matches. Anything you want to add at this point, Mr. Bear? We've got the leader of the GR team here. Mr. Bear, say hello.
Manager of the GR team.
That's what I said.
No, Squeddle's the leader, but I just do the management.
Roger.
I do want to say that it's a league that will then go to a knockout stage. The league is made up of 8 matches. So Tor and GTAG have done 7 of the 8. Then it will work as a knockout round for the rest of the tournament, where the first place plays the last place as a knockout until everyone's done.
Roger, very good. Right, let's go and look. I haven't seen this, obviously. Bear has. Let's go and look at round 1. Okay, Bear, round 1 starting. Do you want to give just a quick kind of 2-minute description of what's going to happen here in terms of the rules, just in case it's someone's first time, and then we'll crack on.
No problem. Satal is a competition with 2 divisions, Gold, which is 4v4, and Diamond, which is 6v6. We're currently in the Gold division. It's the best of 3 rounds, initially a BVR battle, beyond visual range battle, that's fought in a combat zone which surrounds the bullseye, which is equidistant from the blue and red bases. A team can win by controlling the combat zone for 5 minutes and then returning to base, or by eliminating all enemies and then returning to base. Once any player has entered the combat zone, should they leave the zone, they cannot fly back into it. To make things interesting, there's a choice of 2 weapon restriction sets that's decided by the home team on the day of the match, and a choice of 23 different missions, each with different ranges to the bulls and different combat zone sizes. The mission choice is done by both team representatives, each taking turns to veto out the missions until the home team is left with a choice of 2. Home advantage lets them make the final choice between those 2. Weapon restrictions A allow a maximum of 6 Fox 3s for all aircraft except the Tomcat, which is only allowed 4 Fox 3s. Weapons B further restricts the type of Fox 3s to 120, whereby 120 Charlies, 54 Alpha Mark 60s, and 54 Charlie Mark 47s are banned. And then Fox 2Ys, AIM-9 X-rays are banned in both weapon sets.
Roger, and these things are to make fair things up because we've got planes here from the 2010s against planes here from pretty much the 1970s, late 70s, early 80s. So Fox, so AIM-9Xs and stuff like that banned because of that, right?
Yes, it was to try and provide some form of balancing in Satal to accommodate all the aircraft, or as many aircraft as possible. It's also, I think, the F-16 limited to only carrying 6 missiles makes it a little challenging as well to go up against an aircraft that can take 10 or 12.
Absolutely. Right, let's look at the teams. So today we are fighting I'm going to pause that there. JTFF. Being led by Marco, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but otherwise really nice guy. In fact, these are all really nice guys. Anything to say about them? Let me quickly... AMX, Wolf 4PM, and Zank. Strange names, but anything to say to them before I unpause?
Well, absolutely. What a pity that Marco is not here. Fantastic guy. JTFF is Joint Task Force France, and although there are some people from France, I think, in the team, they're actually representing French-speaking countries in Europe. Marco, for example, is based somewhere in Switzerland. It's not representing France directly, but French-speaking people. They had a debutant today for the first time. I believe it was, can't think of his name, his first Satal match. But we also had a new debut of Le Crepe.
Oh, Le Crepe swarmed his way in. How nice guy. He's a lovely nice guy. French speaking. Right. Who's he replaced? Let me say, we've got Signori, got him out of bed. You've got Squiddle leading. You. Oh God, who's usually in here?
Leighton
Leighton
could make this match.
Yeah, Leighton at Le Crepe. Okay, interesting. So he's going to be nervous. And I do apologise. I forgot to see what aeroplanes they're in, which is a bit remiss of me.
This is what's going to make it interesting.
Stand by. They are in. F-16. 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 8 F-16s. This is the first time we've fought that, isn't it?
Second time, Cap. We flew against JTFF in our second or third round.
Yeah.
Where we both sported F-16s on both sides. So it's an equal opportunities match where the tools and the weapons that we have are exactly the same.
Roger.
It's pilot skill and mistakes that count against each team.
Roger. Let's set the gamma up. And we are going to kick off. Lovely new skins for this mid-season.
Yes, big shout out to Zeravian for making them. Each new skin, these are very high resolution, not high resolution, high visibility skins that the other team don't have. So before people shout out going, I can see them from the moon, the reason is we can see each other much better and we can identify our own team much easier. And we know full well that the enemy don't have skins, so they can't see.
That's interesting. So you're sacrificing the ability to be more visible so that we can IFF, basically.
Yeah, and it's proved to be very useful in scrims and practices, where when it does get down to a 2v1 or a 2v2 merge, it's very easy to identify who's on our team and who's not, especially when it comes to
Roger.
We also have our flags or our countries we're representing.
Yep. Right, and we've got quite some way to fly. So I'm going to fast forward it as we cover 140 miles each, and you can talk through anything you want to talk through or not to talk through is up to you as we go. Bears, obviously this is a competition, so there are certain things he's not going to want to give away, obviously. I can make observations though, because I'm obviously support you, but I'm still neutral in terms of watching this. Nothing ready to point out at the moment. It is interesting to see the different groups' tactics, who goes faster, who retains fuel better, and stuff like that. So GR, Angels 22, they are at Angels 28, they're 570 knots, we're at 4, so they've got 100 knots on us. At this point in the match, are we thinking tactically at all, or is it just save fuel and get to the bullseye?
Well, it was a long ingress, 142 nautical miles to the Bulls, so fuel is definitely on the back of our minds. We've got several different ingress formations that we've worked with, and usually we'd wait to see what the opponents are doing before we choose which one we're going to go with.
It's going to be reactionary. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go and get a nice little picture of us.
It's fascinating. That's Squirtle and Signore, and they're flying nicely tight in formation, which when we practice, we do fly relatively close in formation. But with Squirtle and Signore being in America and Le Crepe and myself being in Europe, it's sometimes a little bit tricky to be too close. So even though we really want to be close, we definitely don't want to lose a man due to a silly area like that.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of spacing. Also, the latency doesn't help too much with achieving the absolute perfect, but it's one of the things we do work on.
Right, let's have a look. We are 150 miles away from each other. We are Angels 41, 500 knots ground. I think that's ground. They are at the same speed, but they're at 27,000, so they are nearly 15,000 feet lower. which is going to be worse for fuel, as far as I'm aware, and general energy management. So that's interesting. Just going to have a quick look at them. Should be fair, I suppose. They're flying in. They're flying a couple of pairs. Oh, they're doing something. They're splitting 2 left, 2 right. So the entire wingman pair is already at 44 miles away. We are at 50 miles away, slightly behind. And we've done our split. And we're splitting differently. We're splitting into 4 separate ships. Which I don't think I've seen before, actually. But... okay, let's work with it. So they're in tight pairs for blue. We've got 4 spread along abreast. For red, the distance between them now is 80 miles. So we're not going to see any missiles yet. Distances, altitudes and speed, they're still at 27. That is low for a fight, so that's interesting. 530 knots and Angels 40, 620 knots. So we've got energy advantage on both sides, which is interesting. Really nice spread there. Quick check. We're up at Angels 40, 700 knots and climbing. They're at 30. They're finally climbing, but they're a delta 100 knots or 150 knots. So... we're in a dominant position at the moment, I would say. Energy management. First missile comes out from Ping. Marco! Ping. That's going to be an AMRAAM B. B, isn't it, today?
Ooh.
No, the C's. The C's. Right.
It's Alpha. Weapon set A. Charlie's.
Right. Okay. Now, interestingly, they've got a guy backtracking. AMX is backtracking. Never seen that before, but he's going to set up a early chainsaw or something. I don't know why he's doing that, but okay. The distances between the groups are 30 miles. I expect to see something out from the Grim Reapers by now, but they're not ready for it. And we've got a shot from Bear. Boom! Into space. Still got bags on. Going cold. Presumably a superior shot. Now, interestingly, these guys are all cold, even though they hadn't been fired on. Haven't seen that before. So they weren't reactionary. It was actually a set piece. So, got some interesting play from Blues. This missile's been easily dodged. It's saying that, it's actually very fast. Bear should be safe. Turning his bags, that missile's going to get slower and slower the lower it gets, and it has indeed been notched. This one's a dead missile. Teams are resetting. All reds are completely flanking left and right at the moment. These 2 guys appear to be swapping over. Again, I think it's possibly a set piece to avoid those initial missiles, although I don't really know. Blues are now too cold. Actually, I don't really know what Blues are doing. I think they may have actually made a mistake. I don't see one guy would have gone cold and one guy wouldn't. It's just a bit weird, to be honest. But okay. Okay, the Reds have done their maneuver, whatever it was, and they're now hot. So Reds are pushing on a 4-man front at general between Angels 10 and 30. Blues are only pushing on a 2-man front and 2 are flanking sideways. I guess it's a tactic that they're doing. Okay, exchanging missiles now. 2,000 knot AMRAAMs from La Crêpe and Bear. 1 in return from AMX. I've got a shot here on hot targets from Signore. Squirtle staying out of it for the time being. And at the closest, we're 17 miles. We're not really at the distance where we're going to start scoring kills yet. It's going to be posturing still and tactical play. Both sides are going to go cold and evade each other's missiles. Interesting that Bear dodged there when he didn't have a missile on. Again, I'm guessing it must be a set play. And these guys haven't been... yes, they have been fired on. Just wonder if we can make it a bit easier to see. Turn labels on might be... yeah, I just think that's okay, isn't it? Hopefully that's visible to everyone. Right, so everyone's safe at the moment. I'm saying that Signore is running into a 1,200 knot AMRAAM. And I'm not convinced he's seen that or been given the warning. Yes, he has. It's notching and getting low. It's going to be a close thing. It looks like it's done it. That one's going to be too slow now, I think. Yep. It's done that. Squiddle got the warning as well. Or one was going for Squiddle. So he's out. So they've... basically everyone's just nullified each other so far, which is normal play. It would be unusual for someone to commit a wild card in there at the moment. So at the moment, they're posturing and shooting each other. They're trying to force them, rather than going crazy, which can expose yourself, they're trying to force the other one into a mistake, a kind of war of attrition. And then once one team makes a mistake and runs into a missile, which will happen eventually, then the other team would like to see capitalise and push. So we've got a nice little pincer here. This is what you want to see. Red's pinching from south and from east. Whether it's purposeful, I don't know, but it's good. And we're pretty much getting in kill range now, I think, at 12 miles. Yeah, even if they're relatively low, which they are. Just outside the edge of kill range, I'd say. Remember, the ground level is very high here, in the middle of the Caucasus somewhere. And here's a good attack from Bear, but they've seen it coming, and I think they're just going to retreat. Missile expenditure, I haven't been counting. I think Reds have been a bit less frugal, but I may have that wrong. Okay, Marco looks like he's going for a wild card, and I think is going to pay for it because Squiddle... No, they see each other. They do. Squiddle's going to have to do some fancy dodging. He is probably going to be okay with that. Now, he's probably been baiting him in for Squiddle to punch through, but I don't think he's going to get close enough. 7 miles, he might. Meanwhile, these two sweepers here are just keeping these guys clear, which is a great thing to do. Stops these two guys creeping up on these two guys. Signore's pushing in to take out Marco, but AMX is on the cover, which is excellent play, keeping us back. The fight, as you know, conservation of energy dictates, has moved down now, so we're all around at the mountaintops. Now, Signore's got a fast missile to dodge here, and I'm not actually convinced he's going to do it. That is a fast missile. Oi! Damn, I see that coming. Okay, well, the mistake's been made. And now Blues presumably push harder, but we'll see. Lecrep is punching in. Very conservative from Bear and Lecrep so far, basically mirroring Wolf and V. And that's a really weird name. I don't get that. Zank, I guess.
Signore was trying to get into the valley that he was running up. He knows his mistake, and I suppose 5 more seconds and he could have line of sighted it.
Roger. And Lecrep's the latest one in trouble. Worries me a little bit. Too high. Oh no. Fast missiles. Now, the one tiny problem I'd have in this fight is that because you're actually fighting ground level, you're used to a missile going 6 miles. Ground level is 10,000 feet here. So at ground level, the missile actually goes more like 10 miles because of the air pressure. Oh, there's a shot here. Oh, come on. Run into a goddamn missile. Well, it looks like we've lost it, so it looks like Squiddle's going to go wild card, but worst things can happen. Boom. I suspect he's probably out of ammo. No, he's okay. He's been toying with them. But the problem is, Reds, because they haven't got enough men, it's very hard for them to employ any tactics here. The best you can do is, what, 2-man chainsaw or something. Marco out the front. He's got his guys here in cover. Blues are well organised. A nicely oiled machine. Even when, you know, it's very tempting for Blues at the moment to just go hounding them down, but being relatively conservative at the moment.
Fuel is also playing a factor. So we've got to keep in mind 142 nautical miles to go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the event of...
I mean, that's a problem on both, isn't it? Both
Absolutely.
sides, yeah. Exchanging missiles, and Bear's got himself into a fast missile here. That's a 1400 knot missile. Not convinced. Oh, no. These are fast missiles today. They really are fast.
Follow my missile.
Not going anywhere. Okay, that was weird, but some sort of bug or something happened there, but...
It was a trade. Yeah, that's just desync, I guess, but it hit, definitely.
Roger. I've seen that happen a lot lately, actually. I need to report that. Okay, fair enough. It's now 3 against 1. And there's usually only one way this ends, simply because of, well, basic rules of attrition. Who did you get? I don't know. The other guy, I guess. Right.
Their debut guy.
Squiddle's been very frugal with ammo, at least. Not with fuel, but with ammo. He's still got Well, maybe not. No, 3 missiles left. And I suppose it could be worse. Let's see how the blues are doing. 3, 2. I still got bags on that guy. That's okay. 2. Right. Marco, I think, is committing here. Must have seen him on data link, of course. The information they know about each other is fully modelled in terms of data link, and you can hide from it. So Squiddle down in a valley here is invisible until he pops over the mountain, at which point he'll get picked up by an E3, and he's going to be 5 miles away. He's now the man with the best reactions. And that's going to be Squiddle. Oh, he missed him. Look, he didn't see him. So he should have popped up on data link, really, but this is going to put some long bombs in. Oh, that's a TWS shot, look. That's a twin shot. You never know. Anything could happen at 8 miles when we're up this high. He's going to have to get himself down, though. Oh, it's a little high for my liking. He's got some fast missiles coming. I can't click on them. That's annoying. Hostiles are safe. Or are they? Okay, I think Squiddle's beaten that. Yes, he has. This guy has beaten it. Okay, I think that's Squiddle Winchester. And he's getting boxed in now.
So just a reminder to the viewers, we don't see the labels at all. We don't even have external views when we're flying.
No. So your best bet is going to be data link and your eyes, I suppose, and your radar. There's one small advantage that Squiddle has, and that's confusion. When you're 1 against lots, you can shoot anything. You don't have to worry about team killing your man. Great kill! Which is exactly kind of what we're going to see here. All he has to do is hide in the mountain. That's all he has to do, but he just has to shoot any dot he sees. Whereas these guys have to identify, and that's not as easy as it sounds. Now there's a trouble. They found him. And there's almost nothing a Squiddle can do to dodge this. He can't go left, he can't go right.
He also doesn't have any ammo.
Just watch it come down and drop on him. Boom! Oh, valiant effort, but I would just say outplayed there. They just didn't make any mistakes. Right, that's round 1. Anything to mention before we move on to round 2? I'm assuming they get back.
They did get back with no problems.
Yeah, don't particularly want to watch that, but
there's a 20-minute timer that starts the minute the mission starts, and that is the amount of time we have to get ready to take off. When both teams are ready, the timer drops to 10 seconds, and then we can go.
Okay.
That was put in to prevent sometimes waiting for more than an hour for the other team to get ready. Yeah.
All right, let's start here. So we are 150 miles, and red is splitting already, which is, I suppose it doesn't really matter. There are 29,000 feet, 550 knots, 500 knots. We are 36,550 knots. Let's speed that up. Where they're going very wide. Is there any reason why you don't go really wide? Like one down here, I don't know what you can see, but one really far and one really far, and literally coming at them from one side and then the other side.
The zone.
You're right. So you've got to be in that circle to fight, right?
Yeah, if I recall, it was 34 nautical mile radius, so 34 miles from the bullseye. And the thing is, okay, so red has taken control of the battle area. So red has just come into the zone now. It'll say battle area contested when both teams are in.
Yeah.
And once there it is, battle area contested. At that stage, we would get warnings if we're going towards the edge of the zone, but it's scary because you're limiting the direction that you can evade if you have to go defensive.
Right, so you can't do what I said basically, which is coming completely from the north and completely from the south. So we've eliminated that option, which is fair. Now the blues are split really weirdly. I don't know if they're doing something on purpose or if they've just made an error because they seem to be going that way, but let's bear with them. Distance between teams at this point is 66 miles. And
Bear was with them. Bear was with them.
Yeah, very good. 36,000 feet for us, 650 knots, and they're really slow. 34,000 feet and 500 knots, so probably saving fuel, I imagine. I can't seem to speed it up for some reason. It's got some pressing the wrong button. There we go. Distance between 50 miles You'll see long-range AMRAAMs coming out shortly. Interestingly, you've got a weird cross here between these two. But, okay, whatever. Really weird setup from Blues. I'm not sure. I've never seen that before. I'm going to call it the trapezoid. Distance between... Okay, and we're having Le Crep and Zank bombing missiles out. Kaboom boom. So trading missiles here. Again, no one's expecting these missiles to kill anyone, but they're going to do what they need to do, which is burn the other guy's fuel down, burn the other guy's missiles down, start the war. Blues are starting to get in shape now by the looks of things. Red, same as last time. This guy goes all the way back, and this guy to start a conveyor belt, and these two are going to go on some sort of flank mission, just like they did last time. Well, it worked last time, whatever they did, so. One good thing about flanking left and right along the line like that is it makes them very hard to shoot a flanking target. Exchange of big missiles. They're fast, they're high, but they're not particularly dangerous. Another missile, really long missile for Ferrari Signore, 40 miles, I suppose. AMX is coming out now. Obviously, he can't go too far. And he's going to start his conveyor, presumably with Marco. Signore's back marker is going very far out again. It must be something I don't understand with these back markers going out, but fair enough. All these missiles have been evaded as required. Everyone appears to have their bags on still. Again, fuel consideration has to be built into these tactics because they've got 150 miles. Even if they win, they've got to fly 150 miles. So you can't do the optimal thing, which would be to, dump your tanks off and get superior kinematics. Massive spread from the Blues here, so a different tactic. Got a 20-mile spread and by 15-mile spread. Reds are clumped, but it's not always a bad thing from what we've seen. As long as they're organised. They're still being chased by a really long-range missile. Really long-range high missile. But, they had it under control by the looks of things. Next missile out, Bear, at 20 miles, at 16,000 feet. Probably not going to do much damage against 10,000 feet target, but it's doing what it needs to do. Signore is coming in again. Let's see what that missile is. I can't seem to click on it for some reason, which is really annoying. There we go. Okay, it's 1,200 knots already. That'll be 600 knots by the time it gets there. These two shooting at absolutely no one. 2 shots at nothing. No, it must be Squiddle. It just looks a bit weird for some reason. So, ignore that. Bear's committing by the looks of it. He's got to be careful because that is a fast missile coming his way from AMX. Let's see if he spots that. Yes, he does. And he's planned it, so he's going into the valley, which is basically makes you invulnerable because of terrain masking. Squiddle's trading. The good thing about trading against 2 is that you burn 2 missiles off for one of yours, which is a nice little group thing. Squiddle's got to see it's coming, and it is a 1,000 knot missile. It's pretty weak, so we should get away from that pretty easily. Just doing a split S in that valley, which is a nice cheeky little thing to do. Okay, a stalemate. Everyone's resetting. Reds have got a nice kind of pair shape. Blues have wonderful shape that they've maintained. Bar 2, 3, 4. Just as they started, so that's quite clever. Signore's pumping missiles in, 23 miles. Again, it's not going to kill anyone, but it's doing what it needs to do. Squiddle's been chased by the most annoying missile in history, but it will die eventually. Signore, another shot. He's being a little bit ambitious today. How many has he got? Well, it's 3 down, okay. And split S, it looks like a TWS shot. And AMX has put 1, but he's already going cold, so he's not going to be troubled. So nothing dangerous has come over the wall yet. The wall being that, basically bullseye. Note we've pushed them slightly past bullseye, but nothing that's going to, I doubt, be tactically useful in terms of positioning. Crep appears to be pushing while Signore is cold. So we've got Bear and Signore. So both these northern guys are cold. The Crep is pushing. It's just going to be a little bit careful because if you're going to push down the middle here, you've got missiles going to come in from all angles. Angels 21, 400 knots. It's also very slow. So there's a missile coming in, but it's probably going to be a slow missile by now. 1,200, that's going to be 600 by the time it gets to him, so that's no real danger. And he fired on Zank at 20 miles, which isn't particularly dangerous either. So again, basic attritional tactics going on here. No one's, doing the crazy wild card commit. No one's ready for it yet. Lovely shape from the Reds at the moment. Pretty good shape from the Blues as well, to be honest. So both teams still got full control of what's going on. Now, interestingly, all Reds are cold. Very odd. Especially when you're so far past bullseye. It's like a sumo wrestler getting pushed out, but they've still got a few miles to go. So I guess they don't have to worry too much. Have you ever had a match before when people got pushed out?
In practices with other squadrons, yes. In an official Satal, us, no, but other teams, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I suspect that JTFF's tactic here was they did want to stay closer to their home base,
Clever.
which would make it longer for us to go back.
Right. Okay. Right, Marco, the best shot yet at 17 miles on Bear. And Bear's got himself kind of stuck above this mountain ridge as well, which might be troublesome actually. That's probably going to be... No, it's not going for Bear. It's going for Signore, so scratch it. And then he's heading down. Long bomb from Wolf, but it shouldn't be particularly dangerous. Actually, it might be for... No, it's not. It's definitely for Signore. Bear, I imagine, will see that. And Bear is putting some pressure now. He's just got to be careful about anything coming at him. We might have Bear committing here. No, it's turning cold, which is a much more sensible thing to do. Again, no one wants to make that commit now, because if you get shot down, you let the team down. Marco has been forced to go into a valley. He could play that to his advantage because he's basically invisible to the other team at the moment. We'll see. We're trading shots here with a Le Crêpe at 1870 miles. I don't expect any danger there. Both pilots seem to have it fully in control. Low and low. And I think Le Crêpe's going cold. His heading is not changing. Maybe not. Missile is going to be... That's just a dead missile, essentially. Bear's cold for the trade with Signore. All is well. Marco's back in play and on radar. They really are getting pushed far back. 35 miles away from Bulls now. That missile there is funny, that is. Okay, that's it. Normal Satal play at the moment. Everyone's just cancelled each other and going for a reset.
Talking to Marco afterwards, he did mention that at least two of them got the warning that they were at the edge of the zone, but they didn't cross it.
Roger. Yeah, we're up to 35 miles. Okay. Sank's putting shots in, but they're all 17 plus mile shots. So, it's kind of difficult to get killed by a shot like that. Le Crêpe is low and is going to be evading that. Going to be in a canyon, I imagine. Yeah. Still got the bags on, so fuel ever much front of the guys' minds.
Absolutely. We're conscious of our fuel levels at all times. The minute they run out, they're gone. But if there's fuel in them, we're going to keep them unless we have to.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Both teams pretty much mirroring each other. Everyone completely neutralised again. This is a really good example of mature... Satal played maturely. There's no crazy kind of Signore runs. Everyone's just missile in, turn cold. Missile in, turn cold. Missile in, turn cold. Kind of, I guess you could call it the proper way of doing it, if there's such a thing. We've got a fast missile there on Bear. Probably about 15 miles, 1,200 knots, and close. It's the most dangerous thing we've seen so far. Oh, track IR's gone squiffy. Spotted it and he's in a canyon. Oh, he's going to share the canyon with that missile though. That's dangerous. That missile will drop right down on him. No, it's a dead missile. That'll do. Signore exchanging with Marco, but no one's really got an advantage there. Jeez, this guy is 38 miles from Bulls. Okay, fair enough. Again, everyone's otherwise got perfect positioning. Everything's in control. No one's going crazy. Everyone's pretty frugal with everything at the moment. I don't think I've seen anyone go above 500 knots. Squiddle and Wolf trading at 15 miles. We're bringing the distances slightly. Again, I don't expect anyone to be caught out by a 15-mile shot. He's got a Oh, 1,500 not missiles just got him. I don't think I was expecting that. It's tracking. It's tracking. Ah! There he goes. Whoa, that was dangerous. Almost got caught out by uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. So really starting to push now. Really starting to push in. We're going for kills now by the looks of it. Bear has got AMX and he's going for it. They're in opposite canyons to each other. Do they know that they're in opposite canyons to each other? Who knows?
Yeah, he dropped off data link, but I saw the direction he was going in.
And he's committing. That's good. Just going to see what happens to this missile. Signori caught napping earlier. He got away with it. Okay, I think they've evened it out each other. So the fight is now here. And is Marco going to realise the danger AMX is in and help? I think he is. So Bear's got to be careful now. There he is. It's got him. It's got him. They're trading. And Marco's coming in. Oh, boom. And... missed. And Marco is going to finish him off, I reckon. Full situational awareness. It's a dead bear. Traded. That's pretty much the expected outcome there, which is pretty good. And we've got fast missile. Wolf's been caught napping by a 1,000 knot missile, which has got close to him. Got him! So the machine just wore him down, closer and closer and closer. We now have a one-man advantage. Signorius now knows that there's no danger from anyone else, so he can commit. It's now a one-on-one skill fight. Yeah, I think he's going for it. He's got his burner on. And he's got elevation advantage. He could easily catch Marco out here. He's got to be careful not to fire too far away because he's lacking missiles. It's only got one missile, so he's got a kill shot on nothing. So that's interesting. He's going all out. He's going burner. 900 knots. This is what we know from Signori. It's going to be very hard for Marco to get away unless he can terrain mask. Oh, Marco's going full bore as well. And he's going to try and terrain mask and lose the lock. And get in that canyon. While these two battle it out. It might even force him off the map here. Distance between them, 5 miles. You need 4 miles on a target with an AMRAAM to kill them from behind. And he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Great pursuit. He's got to get the aspect right now. Got to get the aspect for the kill. And now it's a dogfight. I think it was the right thing to do to hold on to that missile. But we shall see. Exit. Signori's going to exit. No, he's not. He's going to fight. Shit, now he's in trouble. Okay. Now it's a tactician's game. What are they going to do? Well, trying to watch the other one. No, that's fine. They're going to circle around this mountain, basically. What Signori should be doing is shouting for some guy to come help him so he doesn't have to do a one-on-one. So if I was Signori, I don't know what I'd do. I'll just try and play safe on his lag and try and get someone to come and help him. But easier said than done.
He has put out the call to Squirtle.
Oh, jump.
Squirtle's told McCrape to deal with the guy that he's got, and Squirtle's off to help.
Yeah, one thing you don't ever want in a fight is a fair fight. Always got to bias it. Now, the tactician part of this is that you don't have to play the game. You could actually exit the fight because it's a blind fight at the moment. They can't actually see each other. They just predict they're going around in circles, which they are, of course. But you could technically double back on yourself here. So it's just like Marco's done. Has he seen it? Has he seen it? He's not. But Marco hasn't capitalised. Or has he? Go on, Squirtle. There, it's the Squirtle. That's the kill shot. Not literally the kill missile, but that is what's going to kill him, is getting another man in there, and this guy can just sit and chase this guy around all day. Now, so all Signori's got to do is just play dumb and get attacked by this guy, but it doesn't really matter if Signori dies now because we've got a possible kill coming on him here. Marco's lost him anyway, and he's got a really good missile there. That's a fast missile there. Surprised that went so fast. That's probably a kill shot. Nice. That was beautiful.
Watch this beautiful missile turn around a mountain.
It's not... Yeah, the missile's... No, he's still alive. Look at that.
In-game, the missile didn't hit him.
Oh. Okay, there you go.
It went past him. Again, that was a desync thing that should have...
Yeah, there's problems with that at the moment. So it's now 2-on-1, which is what we like. Marco's got first eyes on the target. This is a really deadly situation for... Can be. It's dead shot. That was his last missile as well. Squiddle's returned. Oh, he doesn't have any missiles. It's guns only. That's what we like. Dogfight, 2-on-1. Vertical merge. Right. So one guy wants to fight him, the other guy wants to come in for the kill. So if Signori can fight him here... sorry, if Squiddle can fight him, Signori can come in for a kill. But they've actually managed to exit the fight, probably maybe by accident. It's interesting. I'm trying to monitor... Ah, now interestingly, they've called Zank in, which is exactly what Marco should have done. So we've got to get the Crep now in there ASAP to bias it again. It's a shame we couldn't capitalise against Marco. That's a disappointment. But missile out from Squiddle with 3 miles. That's a kill shot. Little, not much he can do. Oh, train mast. Very good. Right. Zank's in, but he hasn't got SA yet. Blues have got really good SA and the initiative at the moment. Have we got any missiles, though? Yes, one. And at that range, that's a kill. But he's got an IFF. He doesn't know if that's Signori or not. She's maybe asking Signori to put a flare out. I don't know. We'll see. Marco's out of the game for the next 30 seconds. Signor... Ah, no. SA's gone. Reset. Got to get the Crep in play and get him IFF, get him fully up to date of who's who. Now that's a shot, and an interesting shot, and I don't know who that's against, to be honest. This guy. Can't be that guy because he was below the... I don't know who it was against. We got merge from Signore and Marco. They've seen each other. Also, the missile's still hot. Marco could be forced into an error here, but he's not. He's going to get low. Ah, that's got to be a kill shot. That there's in the face. Still alive! Die, Marco! The hell, and they've got a Fox 3 that could easily kill one of our men here. Where's the Crep? Okay, he's coming in. Okay, Marco is against 2 guys, but they've only got guns. Jeez, this could literally go any way. Has Crep got missiles? No, and he really needs to get rid of his bags. At least the other blue-red guy has lost situational awareness. Now, they're matching planes, so Marco can probably just run away from these guys. But what he wants to do is run them into Zank, so Zank can come and kill them. There's Zank. 2-on-2. Careful not to kill our own guy. Jesus Christ. Marco's exiting. Oh, he's hit. He's shot. One of them got him. Oh, I think he's still alive. He is still alive, and he's reversing it, which is worrying. And Zank's coming in, but he's got to be careful of his IFF. He's lost a wing, he's down. One more red guy. He's fired a missile. It's a kill! I don't know who that was. Okay, that was Signoria's down. The Crep's got to get his bearings now and get things sorted. Get his TACAN, do whatever he needs to do to get it working. Signore has the initiative in this fight, I think. I mean, Squiddle. Whoever's alive. He's not looking at him. He doesn't see him. Doesn't see him. Neither of them see each other.
So at this stage, we told the Crepe that he missed RTB.
Roger, good idea.
Fuel was critical for Squiddle. He had 700 pounds of fuel.
And you can pretty sure Zank doesn't have the fuel to get back because he's been dogfighting.
Absolutely.
So a tactical play now.
However, so we sent him back. However, based on the rules, it could have backfired. So,
Right.
in the sense, had lost, or if Squirtle loses this flight, Zank just needs to stay airborne for 5 minutes, and he'd control the zone, and
Yeah.
it would be a neutral zone.
Right, so you got to hope Squirtle does the kill here. Right, so they're going up now, so they're going to get SA back with the AWACS. But the problem is, both of them are on fumes, and neither of them have got any weapons. I'm surprised if Squirtle's even got any bullets left. And this is a tactician's nightmare. We just need to hope this guy just runs into a mountain by accident. I'm not sure what Red's up to, just doesn't seem to have SA yet. Blue knows exactly what he's up to, he's found him. Oh, he got height alert. Blue went up, and then he can look down over these mountains with his PD radar. He might even have him here. Problem is, he's got no fuel. He's got him, he's got the drop on him. He's got the height. Might get a boom and zoom here. Doesn't even need it. Flying in formation. Oh, really? Really? He did a cap. No one likes to do a cap. Okay, he's still got the initiative. Taking an Elevon that stayed later. Oh, I think it's killed him. He's bitten off more than he can chew. Yes. Wow, that got the heart going. Right, now tell me that Leclerc makes it back okay.
So, funny story.
Oh, good Lord.
In a few of our practices leading up to it, Leclerc wasn't landing so well. Now I know he's extremely good at usually landing aircraft, but his primary aircraft is probably the F-18. And before this match, early in the morning, I called him and I said, "Come, I need to see you land." And we went through it. And he said, "Why? You know I can land." I said, "I've seen you crash land 3 times in a row. It's time that I'm going to watch you." And because we might have it that you're the last guy and you have to RTB and the round counts on you. And it was at this point that he in French said to me French stuff about being correct, because now no pressure. However, plenty of fuel, 4,700 pounds.
Okay, that's good. I guess that's one reason to kind of keep the guy out of the fight in a way. Keep a guy out of the fight who can retain gas.
We may or may not have had 2 people whose role it was to conserve more gas than the others.
Yeah, I'm sure the other guys were the same, because I kept pointing out why some guy was just hanging around at the back doing 300 knots. Which I've never seen before, so it's probably because this is a low gas fight. Anyway, he's coming in really fast, which is interesting, but...
It's at this point that we're like, "No, Leclerc, don't fly to a Napa. Make cop.
How embarrassing for him.
None of us could remember where we took off from. Going back, our very first match against JTFF, the first round, was my favorite round against any team at any stage ever.
Roger.
Just from the intensity of being in it and how well it played out and how things worked out. Okay. That round was taken over by this one.
Yeah, this is about as good as it gets, to be honest. I mean, a massive missile exchange, ending in crazy dogfights, ending in tactical play.
Indeed,
right.
Indeed.
Get the stabs up, get the nose up. That is not how you landed F-16. The brakes don't work. You know what's good enough? It's a 2-mile runway. We can allow it. Boom! Fertish. Lovely. Really, really top stuff, that is. Basically, it's as good as it's ever going to get. Anything before we jump on to round 3? Welcome back, viewers. This is the 3rd, and yes, it must be the final round because it's best of 3, isn't it? So, the Blues have done so who the Blues? Right, the Blues have done the usual pairs. The Reds, God knows what the Reds have done. Oh no, they're going for pairs this time. So the change of plan here. Distance between them is 80 miles and 35,000 feet, 600 knots. 28,000 feet, 550 knots. Go. Battle area is contested at both in 90 miles. Interesting spread from red. I'm not sure what that's all about. It's a trapezoid again. And they're going north, which is abnormal, but okay. There are some tactics going on here. I just don't know what they are. It's confusing. Blue look. They're like, what? Okay, reds are all pushing in now. In a box. Missiles are out. At 36 miles, so... posturing them. Pew. Marco's replying. Again, 36 miles up high, but not expecting any kills with this kind of shot. These two guys are flanking north. These two guys are getting their usual one guy back, one guy forward. I get the feeling for Blues, this guy's the guy who saves the gas because he's always, well, mostly out of the fight at the back there, but I don't really know. Okay, Red's back in a bit more of a normal shape. These Blues are pushing. I don't know why they're pushing so cold, but they are. And I'm sure they know what they're doing. Fast missile behind them, but again, I'm not expecting it to be any trouble at all. I'm not even sure AMRAAM radar could lock on for chasing a guy that far away. Probably can't. Bear might have a nice. No, it's fine. It's 1,200 knots. And I don't think that's locking onto anything anyway. It hasn't. Fight reset. Again, I get the feeling that Reds will push, GR will push, and Blue and JT will be happy to be pushed back. Bear's got this interesting missile dropping down on his head. No, it's not. It's just looked funny.
There was a stage in one of them where my own missile almost hit me.
I hate it when that happens. That's the problem with Fox 3s, I guess. They'll lock onto anything. AMX, long range shot, 28 miles, no threat. And it was up from about 30,000 feet. Long missile, it's from correct, but it's slow. It's not going to probably even lock on. Interesting how we've pushed so far north. We're all north in a chainsaw pair, and Blue's not in chainsaw pairs, which is interesting. Okay, biggest shot so far, 20 miles. Signori on Zank. Signori's going to go cold immediately. And Squirrel's going to cover, and it's a slow shot anyway. Signori's is fast, but I'm not expecting it spaghetti. I'm not expecting it to do anything. Long bomb from over here. Lots of missiles being exchanged. Krebs pushing in. 13 miles, but this is a flanking target. I'm not expecting really much of an opportunity there, and he's now cold, so nothing there. Missile's chasing him, and it's slow and dead. Okay, what's next? Bear with a really ambitious shot on a cold someone or other. Interestingly, well, 1,000 knot missile coming on the Crep. I hope he doesn't get caught. Blindfold, because that is the kind of thing that can ruin your day. It's just gone into orbit, and it's dropping down, and it's lost track. Lost track. I'll live with that. It hadn't. No, it's still tracking. It's just kinematically. That was close. Look at that one. 70,000 feet, that one. Just going to drop down on one of them at some point. Ooh, exchanges. Close exchanges. 17 miles. That's a fast one. That's a fast one. 1,400 knots. AMX has been caught with his pants down here. High. That's very dangerous. Tracking. Ooh, tracking. Look at it turn. And it's beaten kinematically by the pilot. Lots of missiles. Both teams really want this. Much aggression by red. Lots of missiles going in. Trying to push a mistake from blues, but blues will not oblige. Now these guys are getting really close over bullseye here, over that big mountain. And this can get ugly real quick. 14-mile missiles. These can kill at this altitude. It's all about who can get down and in a terrain mass quick enough. They're going to be fast up here. 1700 knots. 1600 knots. Signori's going to get out okay by the looks of it. Yes, he is. And so I think it's MX. Yeah, I think they're all safe. And the cover, Marco didn't cover. I think Marco got caught up in the radar cone of that. And so they both went cold, which is fine. Squirtle is getting chased by this little dinky thing. Oh, not anymore. And this is chasing these boys. That's not going to hit them down there. Lost track. Reset. Oh, these guys are exchanging. So you've got two separate fights. Wingman against wingman. Wingmen against wingmen. All doing their job pretty much perfectly on both sides. So it looks like this one's again going to go down to the wire. Because you just can't split these teams at the moment. It's all about who's going to make that first mistake. Who's going to get a little bit ambitious. Who's going to get caught with the pants down when an AMRAAM comes in at 1400 knots. That they hadn't predicted. Take note that the players can't see the other guy's missiles. They don't show up on radar. They only see the plane when they're in parameters to be seen by radar. 12 miles. Shooting over the valley. Who's going to get safe? Well, this guy's definitely got a safe. So AMX got a really good... they're both safe. Fast shot. Don't expect anyone to get caught out there. Reset. Again, still biased north up to 45 miles. Wow, one guy's almost got pushed out of the ring there by accident. But is this Mount Idris? It is Mount Idris. Wow, they're flying. This mountain is 18,000 feet high. Or, yeah, I think it is actually. Now, that does really weird things to your aeroplane being up there. It makes it very unmaneuverable, even though you're down low the ground. And it makes missiles very dangerous and fast. So it takes a whole different type of flying. I can't really do it. Squiddle is going to catch this guy behind Mount Idris, or over Mount Idris, I think. They're literally hiding behind Mount Idris at the moment. Didn't capitalise on that. At this altitude, 10 miles is absolutely lethal. Exchanges from Le Crep. Zank. Looks to be safe on both parts here. Again, no one's wildcarding. No one's throwing anything to the wind. Shape is perfect. Look how they mirror each other perfectly. Doing, exactly the kind of equal training for this type of circumstance. A Crep's getting chased, but it's slow. Got an exchange over Mount Idris there of 9 miles. These are both killer missiles. And I think AMX, you see how he turns away a lot quicker than Signore. I can see this going sour for Signore. I think he's got caught. 1200 knots. No, it's dead. Never locked. Or it didn't lock. Very good. Normal exchanges up north. They're going to run out of missiles. Someone's going to run out of missiles. I think it's going to be red. Let's do a check. 2, 3. 3. 2. 3. Oh, we're not out yet. Marco, is that Mount Idris? That's a really good place to fire from, because what you can do is fire up high, down on them, and then you've got to do nothing to evade. You've just got to dive down, look, a couple of 100 feet to get behind the mountain. So you can really, I think, rule quite well from Mount Idris, but we'll see. doing these fights, you have to understand and have memorized all of the ballistic regimes for these missiles. How far can an AMRAAM go when shot at this altitude, and you're down at this altitude? Everything has to be memorized, so you know exactly when you have to dodge, how hard you have to dodge, what kind of move you have to dodge, and so on. So there's a lot of knowledge that's built up over years rather than months to know all these missiles and stuff. What you often see is when they often memorize AMRAAMs and stuff like that because they're used all the time. The interesting thing is when a different plane comes in, I don't know, MiG-29 comes in with an R-27ET, they're just not used to that type of missile, not necessarily in the forefront of their memory banks, and you'll see them get caught out of it in terms of speed and altitude and stuff like that. Or an R-77, just something different.
Yeah, this season has been interesting with most of the teams flying in full fidelity aircraft, very little flaming cliffs. There's F-15 every now and then, there's a team with a J-11, but mostly it's either Tomcat, F-16 or F-18.
Yeah.
Jeff as well is featuring quite big.
It's a good missile with the Jeff. The problem is you've only got 4 missiles and not much. Well, yeah, only got 4 missiles. And kinematically, it's probably fairly weak as well. Okay, we're exchanging over Mount Idris again. Potentially lethal missiles. 12 miles. Now, Signori can dodge pretty easily. This guy may have caught himself a little in this valley here. And that's an interesting... Have we got the first proper mistake? I think we might do. No, he's done. He just got behind that hill. Look at that. Just. Oh, I thought he was going down to Chinatown there. Exchanges from Bear and Zank. Neither of those are going to be deadly, I don't think. The one dangerous thing about dodging these missiles is usually you dodge a missile if possible with afterburner on, but no one can afford to use afterburner here. So you have to be... That's Signori in trouble. He's got caught there. He's got caught with a look-down missile going really fast. Ah, god damn it. And he's dead. First mistake. Right. How are Red going to respond? Are they going to keep their shape? Are they going to go crazy? What are they going to do? 9 miles on AMX. It's a fast 2,100 knots right in his face. Can he get behind something? Can he get behind something? Yes, he can. Or can he? He's tracking. Oh, look at it, chase him down. Yeah, he shrugged it off there. Did a really good job there. He must have got at some point a notch in there and just confused it. Really good dodging. Oh, come on, boys. One slight advantage I'm seeing is that Blues are always shooting from Angels 20. Well, they're often shooting from Idris at 20, where Reds tend to be shooting from lower. Maybe it's not a huge advantage. Okay, we've got safe, well, relatively safe exchanges here. It should be safe from that. It should be safe from that. Reds are getting squeezed a bit now. Blues have pushed over Mount Idris. We're really looking for a mistake from a blue now. Bear's going to get caught by Marco here. Squiddle's going to get caught by AMX. No, Squiddle's popping up here. He might get a snapshot. Oh, Bear's got himself in trouble. He's gone chasing these guys, but didn't see Marco flanking, and I don't think he can escape that. No. Oh dear. Something back for Squiddle. That's almost certainly a kill shot, but I don't think it matters now.
Totally lost SA.
Yeah, it's dangerous. 2 against 3, and I'm not even sure we've got any missiles. 1 missile. 1 missile. 3 missiles. One of their guys has got more missiles than all of us. No. Right, who's got SA here? I think it's Marco. Yeah, he's shooting down. Hasn't seen him. Oh, caught him with his pants down. That's Marco's fault. That's just an error. That's a dead man. Oh, shh. No, he's not. He got low quick. And now Squiddle's being chased. Can Marco reacquire? And can the prep get there to save him? There it. I see Squirtle over there. He's safe. He's safe behind a mountain. Can Lecrep get in there and capitalise and get this guy and get his IFF and his SA sorted in time? This is not an easy thing to do in an F-16. Sugar. Something's about to happen. Nudge and... Right, just got to make sure Grim Reapers do not shoot themselves now. Because there is a good chance something could go wrong here. Squiddle, have you got a missile? Have you got a missile? No, he hasn't! And the Crep's going for the wrong guy. Oh, no. And the baddies are coming in. This is going to be a big one. Okay, SA sorted. Now, come on, shoot Marco. 2 miles away. Tracheo's gone funny. Merge friend. At this point, it's all panic mode. Missiles coming everywhere. Got to get behind something. That could be a team kill on the blue side, you know. No, still going to be Recrep dead. Oh, hacking hell! And Squiddle is now being chased by 3 guys down a canyon. Come on, friendly fire, friendly fire. Lock onto the wrong guy. Everyone wants to see that right now. No. Dagnammit. Missile out. And can Squiddle get behind something? I doubt it. No. Dead man. And dead. Damn! And Blues win. Ah, what a pain in the butt.
Well done to JTFF. It's competitive. There's going to be wins. There's going to be losses. There's going to be draws.
I hate losing.
No, absolutely. So do we, definitely. But
so it's just that error. We were the one that got caught at the end of the day. They were just flying a little bit safer, I guess.
I feel that there wasn't a major difference between the two teams.
No, not really.
We obviously made 1 or 2 more errors than they did, but I guess if we flew 10 rounds in a row, it would probably even out. Well done to them for sure. It was the loss against TFT that was very disappointing to us because we made human errors, stupid mistakes, which we worked hard on fixing, and that paid off in the sense of us not making those same mistakes. So every week and every round we learn a little bit more, and we take it back to the books and open them up and analyze and see what we can do to improve on that. So it's progressive and productive. The other thing is, I mean, we're 3/4 of the way through the competition. All the teams have got better from the competition. All the teams are preparing harder and harder. So it's going to be a fight to the end, and that's what also makes it exciting.
Well, Joe, I'm just looking now. So here is us after 8 matches. So we've won 7. Oh, everyone's done 8 matches now. No, sorry, scratch that. Here's us after 6 matches, right. We've won 4, we've lost 2. So what do we have to do to get through to the next part? Be in the top 4?
We have 2 matches left.
I have to win them both.
Well, again, it's the league. So the higher we end on the league table, the better the advantage we have going into the knockout stages.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm aware, the 16th team will play the 17th team first as a knockout. So currently that's either ETF Gold or Diamond Squadron. Mm-hmm. They play each other. The loser is out. And then the team on top would play number 16. The second team will play number 15, and it'll go down like that. So the higher up you end in the beginning, the better chance you have of getting to getting a slightly easier match. But all the teams there, I mean, especially the top 70%, 80% are extremely good teams that any team on that list can beat any other team on any given day. Depends on how the cookie crumbles.
Roger. Well, how about that? I mean, that's probably the best Satal match I've seen, I think, where it really does go down to the wire with the guns and the dogfight, especially that second round. Really, really cool. Right.
Lots of fun. Thank you, Cap.
Great. Anything you want to add before we sign off?
Again, shout out to Zeravian for the lovely skins, to TFT for JTFF, should I say, for the fantastic match, and thanks to you for hosting.
Well done, everyone involved. We'll see you the next match.